Cody Alexander, Match Quarters. Wanted to take a look at one of the plays that kind of lit Twitter fire up last night. A lot of people were blaming this safety right here for the breakdown in coverage, but it also gave us a look at kind of how the Fangio system actually works, and then kind of details of how zone coverage in particular works. So the first thing that you're going to notice is the contour of the coverage. This is indicating right now that either he's going to spin down, right? Because that's what the Fangio system does. It goes from a too high shell, and then it spins the middle of the field close. You know, a lot of people think too high shell, okay, they're running quarters, they're running cover two. That's not necessarily the case. So you have a high safety and a low safety. Right now, what I'm thinking in my mind is here's the quarter side, here's the cover two side. The other thing that helps you out is that this is Devontae Smith. Okay, so they're going to run a high-low concept over Devontae Smith. He's going to be able to get his hands on him, trail technique. He's going to be able to stay up top in case anything were to try and go vertical. So in this coverage, this is called Zeus, right? So they're going to set the cover two side here, and they're going to set the quarter side here. Then what you have by the Eagles is what I call a dirty bunch. It's not a traditional bunch. So when I say bunch, a lot of people visually, you're going to think three-pronged attack, right? Middle guy on top. Really, all a bunch means is we have three receivers in a close area. In a flood concept, you're going to get a vertical, you're going to get a sail route, which is about a 10, 15-yard out, and then you're going to get something pushing to the flat. So let's work through this. So right now, I know it's quarters because we've got a box, right? So if I look at this defensive end right here, so this is a five-man line, right? We're going to get a reduction from the weak side. So that means the reduction means we're going to send the offensive lineman to the front side. We're going to send it to the passing strength, which is the three receiver side. So post snap, we're going to see he's working to cop, right? Cop just means contain pressure. The D end is going to work to the flat. Your linebacker is going to work the vertical column right here. You're going to have a corner outside, and you're going to have the safety on the hash. This is clinic box coverage. This is quarters coverage. This is how you know it's quarters, because we have a quarter, and we're going to have a deep half on the other side. So it's quarter, half. This is cover six that everybody knows about. So as the play develops, let's move it through. So we've got the flat push, right? You have the DN taking it. You have the Mike working the vertical column. Here's the issue. We have two receivers that are stacked together. These two guys have to make sure to communicate who's going to take the intermediate route and who's going to take the vertical. In quarters, he's going to have what's called mod coverage, man outside deep. Well, his guy is pushing outside and he's pushing deep, which means the corner is going to have to sit here. This is right here where the play breaks down. You have a sail route. You have a safety biting on the sail route, which again tells me that it's quarters coverage. The problem is you have a corner who sees flash of numbers outside, and he ends up nailing down. Right here, the safety looks at his corner and is like, what are you doing? And then has to turn and get in chase mode, which, again, there's no one there, and Jalen Hurts hits it. At the top of the play, the quarterback is going to be reading the safety. First off, he sees him go. He knows that this is the cover two side. Most quarterbacks are going to read the weak side safety first. He knows he's got cover two over here. So he snaps back here. He sees a safety low, meaning that he knows he's going to have some sort of quarters coverage. The moment he sees him nailed down, he knows because of divider rules. Remember, this was a bunch. So because of divider rules, he has a receiver now inside a corner. So he knows right now all he's got to do is throw it on the hash, and he will run away from that corner. So he knows right now where he's going with the ball. He was always going to go right here, right? If the corner were to have been inside leverage or would be suction cup to him, then okay, then I'm going to check it down and I'm going to throw this. I've got time. So we're looking at the shot first and the intermediate second. Once he sees this, it's pretty much game over. So again, going back to the very beginning, we're going to have quarters coverage. Notice I've got my flat, I've got my curl, I've got my quarter and my quarter here. He sees the safety kind of stagnant right there on that, knowing that, okay, I'm going to get a safety to nail down here, and then I just have to throw my guy open. Remember, if he's even, he's leaving. The corner bites down and the safety bites down and has to recycle back up. So again, in a zone coverage scheme, the safeties, and primarily in the Fangio system, the safeties are the ones that are making the call. The corners are kind of what I would call a factory worker. You're just told what to do, and you do exactly what you're told what to do. Here, the corner bites down, thinking that it's cover two. It's not. You get both of your defenders on the intermediate route, no one for the top route, and a point for the Eagles.